Eh bien salut à tous mes tiots gamers, c'est Thomas de la France. Comment vous allez aujourd'hui? J'espère que vous allez bien, moi en tout cas ça va super bien. Donc aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour une petite vidéo, on va dire détente ou début d'un jeu sur NBA 2K13. Donc aujourd'hui ce sera un petit match contre les Bucks de Milwaukee. Donc à l'origine je devais vous mettre un gameplay dual commenté on va dire. Et en fait Skype Recorder a merdé, donc du coup je vais vous mettre une musique où je vais vous laisser que le son du jeu. Donc appréciez bien la vidéo, commentez, likez. Et moi je vous dis à plus pour d'autres vidéos sur ma chaîne. Allez, à plus mes tiots gamers.
Allow me to reintroduce my...
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Milwaukee Bucks today. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. You look at Chicago. They are one of the few undefeated teams at this point of the new NBA. And it's Rose penetrating. Cook, the pass to Rose, over Daniels, and it's Rose missing, and Boozer gets it to go. Boozer's got his first points of the game. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Your Bulls.
NBA season.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that, it can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Udo out there with Sanders. Then there's Jennings. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Dunleavy in at the small forward position. The drive by Jennings. Here's Sanders. Right through the D for the layup. Sanders has got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Bucks. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, you look at Monte Ellis, an aggressive scorer, capable of finishing inside. And in his career, he's had to play some long minutes. When he was asked about the physical toll of all that, Ellis said, "I'm good. I'm not worried about it. My body isn't built like most people. I know what it can take, and going to the basket can take that all day."
He is something else. Thank you so much, Doris.
And it's pretty incredible at his size that the way he attacks and finishes. I mean, he's about 6'3", maybe 180 lbs, but still able to go inside again and again. Just a tremendous athlete.
Boy, what a great job of getting into the teeth of the defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's been their main point of attack. I mean, get the ball deep and try to score from in tight rather than rely on their outside shooting. I mean, that's a more consistent way to score it. Take it inside.
Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. The shot no good.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Kicks to Hamilton. Back to Thomas. From beyond the arc. Milwaukee with the rebound. And against Chicago here for the second time this season.
But, you know, they don't have anything to be ashamed about from that game. It was a good effort from them all around. They just needed another break or two that just didn't happen.
Yeah, you know, both teams can't win. You know, it comes down to a play or two either way. I thought both deserved to win, but only one could.
And the big story with Milwaukee last season, guys, was their divorce with Andrew Bogut. First overall pick in the 2005 draft. He was really looked upon as the foundation, the corner.
54 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside Jackson. Overall, that trade a bit of a defense for offensive type of trade. The Bucks figured they'd be better off Clark bringing in a proven scorer like Monte Ellis. Put him in that backcourt with Jennings. It was rocket speed up and down and a lot of offense.
Yeah, potential fireworks there because Monte certainly can light it up. What's funny about that trade is that Bogut was the #1 overall pick in that draft, and Monte was a second-round selection years later, though they get traded for each other.
And the Bucks miss again.
That's a look that he'll never pass up, the one he'll usually never miss.
Impressive shot there and making it on the move. Hamilton's got 6 in the quarter. 23 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Jennings. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago.
You know what was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others.
No good on the triple. Here's Jackson. Cannot hit. And the first half ends in a close one. Bulls lead by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after half.
30. And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome to the 2K Sports. And now let's take a look and see just how the results from yesterday's pick and win turned out. And it's time to tell the future. Get ready to make today's picks. And that's it for now. Thanks for stopping in with us. It's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call.
Starting for Chicago, they won that game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And boy, did they protect the basket well in that one. They kept a lot of bodies down low. Their rotations were solid, and it paid off with a lot of blocks in that game.
Yeah, they really wanted to establish that intimidation factor. And, Steve, I think they did so by devoting a lot of manpower to the low post.
Boozer and Noah clog up the middle. Thomas is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Cook, and at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. D'Alembert with the screen on Thomas. Jennings.
That's his first personal foul.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And one of the ways Brandon Jennings has improved his game is by taking care of the basketball. His assists were decent, about 5 per game. But what he did a nice job of last year was keeping the turnovers down, and that allowed the Bucks to run their offense efficiently.
Bulls making a switch here. Hamilton's checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Udo comes in for Ian. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ish Smith. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, the Chicago Bulls for the last 2 seasons have been the best rebounding team in the league by a wide margin. Coach Tom Thibodeau still isn't satisfied. He said, there's still work to be done, but we're moving in the right direction. Our smalls are getting in there. We're making a conscious effort of rebounding with 5 guys. The message apparently is getting through, gentlemen.
Well, Doris, you haven't gotten a stop till you secure the ball. They're all about those stops. Jennings drives in. There's the dish to Mba Amute. Feeds it to Redick. Shoots the 3. That drops. Redick's got 12 points in the game. And Steve, you touched on Jennings and his improvement, and he's a gym. There's no doubt about it. Plays a lot of basketball in the offseason.
Yeah, he's shown a real dedication to getting better during the summers, and that's when you do get better. You can't just get better during the season. You got to commit off-season time to enhancing your craft, getting better at what you do. For Jennings, it's not a matter of him not being in the gym. It's more targeted practice that he has to lock into.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Chicago. And then for Milwaukee, Larry Sanders is checked in for D'Alembert. Ilyasova comes in for Utah. It's Dunleavy in for Mbaumute. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. And here at the end of the third.
Coming.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up, and we're going to send it over to Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game segment. Doris?
Hey, Kev, the uncontainable game in this one goes to the Bucks. Everything seems to be going their way, and right now they look to be in complete control. We'll see if that's the case as we head into the final period.
Thank you, Doris. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Dunleavy is out there with Ilyasova. Then it's Sanders. Then there's Jennings. And it's Redick in at the shooting guard position. Jennings against Thomas. Redick dishes to Ilyasova. Fader on the way. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Now they've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steven, that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
And stolen by Ilyasova. Pulls up, high post. There's the bucket, good. And 11 points for Brandon Jennings.
Another turnover and another hoop the other way.
You know, a lot of the points they've given up, guys, have been the result of turnovers, and when you turn it over, there's no way to set your defense. Better offense will lead to better defense because you do have a chance to get set.
Thomas kicks to Boozer. Boozer double team. 5 on the clock. Here's Hamilton, buried from 15 feet out.
They may have to climb on his back to get back into this game.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
But, you know, they don't have anything to be ashamed about from that game. It was a good effort from them all around. They just needed another break or two that just didn't happen.
Yeah, you know, both teams can't win. You know, it comes down to a play or two either way. I thought both deserved to win, but only one could.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach of the Bucks said to his team. His message was this: all of us know these guys are capable of exploding and putting up points in a hurry. So I don't want to see anybody letting up until that final whistle blows. Guys, back to you.
Jennings again throws. Here's Sanders. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Well, the one thing that you have to have in basketball is big men who can protect the rim. And that's what Sanders does. He's willing to go up and block shots, really patrol the paint, and protect that rim area.
Yeah, you know, but there's nothing easy in the lane when Sanders is on the floor. You always have to be looking over your shoulder if you plan on putting up a shot with him around. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Noah.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead. And it shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
They're really doing a good job working hard to get inside and draw contact, a little more so than they did in the first half.
Well, to keep a lead like this, they should continue to attack the paint like they have been. Don't settle for jump shots. Find your way to the free throw line.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Boozer. And Richard Hamilton has subbed in for Nate Robinson. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Ilyasova's checked in.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. How about trying, guys?
Noah, the pass to Thomas. Rose goes in. Hits the layup off the impressive drop step.
You're going to have a heck of a time finding any flaws in his approach to the game offensively.
He feeds it to Redick. Takes the 3. Shot misses. And it's Chicago the other way.
I think he's capable of shooting the ball much better than he has so far. I don't think there's any doubt about that, guys.
Dang. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
Redick dishes to Jennings. Dishes to Redick. The feed to Dunley. He dishes it to Dallenberg. A jump hook. Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Then kicks to Rose. It's Rip Hamilton on the wing. Thomas passes to Hamilton. Dang dishes to Thomas. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. That's good.
Well, he's smart. He's getting good shots, and he's knocking them down.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
Passes to Ilyasova. Chicago grabs the miss. Noah with a screen for Rose. Thomas up top. It's Rip Hamilton on the wing. Back to Thomas. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. The lead now cut to single digits. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Outside Jennings. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The pass to Reddick. Clock at 6. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And the Bucks lead by 10.
Yeah, this one is just about over. It's going to be an easy win for them in the end.
Yep, I think they can just about put this one on cruise control for the last few seconds here.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. Sunday's
That was a game you must have felt like you let slip away. What was the mood in the locker room following a loss like this?